Hey, it's Brian Wright from Wright Partners Inc., Killer Bee Combat Sports and Fitness Academy, and BrianWright732.com. I'm going to need you to bear with me on this. It doesn't matter what kind of business you have, what I'm about to say may at first sound like something that won't apply, but trust me, it will. So, last night I had a guy fight in Atlantic City for a title. He fell short on it. Uh, it happens. You go into training camp and then you go fight, and one guy's going to win, one guy's going to lose. You do your best to make sure that, you get the W, not the L. But last night, Lester didn't get that. But I'm walking through the casino. It's literally like 3:15 in the morning. The fights were very late. So it's like 3:15 in the morning. I'm walking through the casino with another athlete that I train. And he brought up a point that is extremely valid. It's one of the joys I have of talking with young athletes is because they hit me with ideas that I have in my head, but they inspire me to do things like this, go deeper into it, and really find value in the communication. So what did he say that was so important? What he said was, it must be difficult when you're going for a title to focus on what you have to do day to day and not get distracted by the title. And that is an extremely profound statement to come from a 21, 22-year-old guy who is not really that educated and, only knows combat sports and pretty much menial labor. But if you think about that, how does that apply to all of us? How does that apply to anyone, whatever, any situation? If you fixate too much on an end result or some lofty goal, you could lose sight of what it takes in each step to get there. So if you don't have a clear path and an understanding of what it's going to take to get to your goal, it gets hard to achieve that goal. So if I say, for example, I want to make $1 billion, and I wake up every day and I say I want to make $1 billion, well, this becomes a hope situation instead of a practical working situation. If all I'm doing is saying I want to make $1 billion, I want to make $1 billion, I want to make $1 billion, but I'm not doing the individual steps necessary at every moment of my life to get me closer towards that goal. So no matter what it is that you're trying to achieve, if it's big, and trust me, you should be dreaming so big that it forces you to change how you behave. So you need to have a big goal. So if you've got one of these big goals, the goal itself can become all-consuming. For an athlete, it could be a title. For a business owner, it could be a certain dollar amount. It could be a certain amount of product being manufactured, sold, whatever. It doesn't matter. So you can see that. You could say, okay, I want to make X amount of dollars, and then every day it becomes this overwhelming force, and now you're thinking so much about what you want to do that you're not focusing on what you have to do to get there. You follow me? So if I'm on a path and I'm forgetting how to walk, I'm not going to get to the end of the path. You've got to focus on each and every step. You've got to make sure that you've got the strength, the skill, the will to continue on this. Every single step matters, because if we falter at one step, we're going to get weaker as we go, and we're going to stop climbing at that point. So have your dreams. They're extremely important, but then you have to reverse engineer back to where you are, and you have to really focus on all the fine details. Pay attention to everything that's going to be involved along the way here, so that every step is appreciated. You understand that it matters. You understand that a result is just an accumulation of all those steps on your way up to the top. And you've got to also understand the relationships that you build there, because a lot of times too, if you hyperfixate, you kind of develop a relationship with your goal and you lose your relationships with the people that you need to achieve it. So hyperfixating on one aspect or one dream or one goal can be distracting. Have that goal and that dream as the thing that you're looking off to in the future, but in the moment, you've got to focus on what you have to do right now. Every single step matters. Every person along the way matters. And you have to appreciate the steps you've taken. You have to respect the steps that are still to come, and you have to do the same thing with the people that you're working with. You have to compensate the people around you that are helping you. You have to give to them, and quite honestly, you should be giving more to them than they're giving to you, so you have that one crucial relationship factor, and that's leverage. If you are giving out more than the people you're working with, you will always have leverage, because then when you go to ask so that they can help you with these steps to a greater degree, it gets harder for them to turn you down. But if all you're doing is take, by the time you get to the end of the journey, you're going to be completely alone. You'll have some great photos and you might have a nice social thread of communications, but those actual people won't be there anymore because you didn't do what was necessary to create a stable foundation to support that ultimate goal you were working towards. Do you grasp what I just said? You can get a goal, but if you didn't take the steps in a way that created a solid foundation, that goal will crush you or be temporary. That's why people that win the lottery tend to end up bankrupt and in trouble, because you take someone from one position and then you put them in an extremely lucrative position that they don't have the skills and the experience to handle properly. They end up getting in trouble. They spend more money than they even brought in. Somebody wins Powerball and gets, $500 million. That person, without proper guidance and a really good foundation, they're going to ruin it, and they're going to waste that money. So don't be the lottery person. Don't be the person that's looking for the magic ticket. Be the person that's working hard, developing the people around them, treating them well, educating them, taking care of them so they become that supportive element that allows you to continue to grow and allows you to actually have people to share your prosperity with as you achieve what it is that you set out to do. So focus on the moment. Understand where you're trying to go. In the beginning, take that dream massive, dream huge, take the most ridiculous concept of success that you could ever have and make that your goal, and then reverse engineer it. And if you can't reverse engineer it, find somebody to help you. That's like somebody like myself. I have my Wright Partners Inc. company because that's one of the things we do. Selfless plug, but yes, sometimes we need help to reverse engineer. But once we get on the path, it's really up to us to appreciate each step, appreciate the moments, continue driving forward towards that goal, taking care of the people around us, creating that foundation for success, creating that community to share the success with, and creating a more holistic environment. So I hope I didn't talk too long. Lester will be back. I feel bad that he lost, but you know what? It's the fight game. That's what happens. Now he's learned. Now we come back, we train, we adjust, we move forward. That's what we all have to do. Every great success has more failures, than successes on the way up. So learn, move, let's go. See you later.